Well, while we're talking about the collision, I wanted to ask you about some evidence that my client and I asked for in this case. Isn't it true that Pemberton's trucks have satellite tracking equipment on them?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, Pemberton advertises that fact to potential customers, doesn't it?
I don't think we advertise it to potential customers per se, no.
Well, let me show you then what I'll mark as Plans Exhibit number 5. And that's a copy of the front page, or I guess the home page of Pemberton's website, right?
Yes, it is.
And you see highlighted there, it says, "We utilize late model tractors that are equipped with satellite tracking and communication." Is that what it says?
Yes, it does.
Okay, and specifically this truck, that is the truck that was involved in this collision and that Defendant Johnson was driving, was equipped with the Qualcomm Omnitrax MCP50 system.
I believe that's correct.
And that system monitors or can monitor the truck location with GPS satellites, right?
No, the 50 uses cell service, I believe.
Well, isn't it true that that system can track the truck's speed?
It can.
And, you know, while we're talking about it, I'll show you a document that I'll mark as Plans Exhibit number 6. This says Qualcomm MCP50 driver guide on the front, right?
It does.
All right, let's turn first to page 3, which is tabbed for you there. It looks like these are slides from a PowerPoint presentation, I guess, but do you see on the top middle right, I guess I'll call it, highlighted there, it says that it monitors the vehicle location with GPS satellites.
Yes.
And then turn with me, please, to page 21, which is also tabbed for you. And you'll see there highlighted in a little red box, it says that the vehicle's speed and other pertinent information for the period starting 5 minutes before and ending 2 minutes after the critical event report was triggered. Is that what it says?
Yeah, those are modules that you can purchase, I believe.
Okay. Well, now isn't it true that Pemberton knew on the day of this wreck that a lawsuit like this was likely?
Any time any of our equipment is involved in an accident, we think that a lawsuit is potential.
So Pemberton anticipated a lawsuit like this on the day of this collision, right?
We think that any time there's damage, that there could be a lawsuit.
Is the answer to that question yes?
Repeat the question again.
Isn't it true that Pemberton anticipated a lawsuit
I don't know that we
this?
anticipated.
Well,
we
okay.
anytime there's an accident, we believe that there could be a lawsuit.
I'm showing you now what I've marked as Plans Exhibit 7. These are interrogatories. Have you ever looked at interrogatories before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you know how they work. We ask a question, Pemberton answers. Does that sound fair?
Yes, sir.
Turn to the tabbed page there. The tab says anticipated. It'll take you to page 4 and interrogatory 3. And it's highlighted. The question is, when did you anticipate litigation with regard to this collision? Isn't that right?
That's the question, yes, sir.
And isn't the response defendant anticipated litigation on April 24, 2015?
That's the answer.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's probably not good verbiage on our part, but again, anytime there's an accident, we think there could be potential lawsuit.
Do you think in this case that the jury, who's going to be deciding the case, would like to see that GPS tracking information?
I don't know what the jury would like to see.
Well, do you think they might consider it important?
Objection to speculation.
I don't. Do they think it could be important?
Yeah.
I think it could be another fact in the case.
Did you know that my client and I asked Pemberton for that GPS tracking information?
Yes.
Isn't it true that Pemberton failed to save that GPS tracking information and instead allowed it to be recorded over?
When you record it over?
Yeah, or deleted, or purged, whichever word you like to use.
Normal course of business, those things are kept for a certain length of time and then they disappear. And time passed and those are gone.
Isn't it true that Pemberton failed to save that GPS information and allowed it to be deleted, recorded over, or purged?
It was, again, in normal course of business, those go away, and we did not capture that information.
I'll just show you the document. Look at what I'm marked as Plans Exhibit 8. This is more interrogatories, right?
Okay.
Well, flip to the first page. Doesn't it say responses to plaintiff's first interrogatories?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Turn with me to the tab page, and you see on page 4 interrogatory number 17, right?
Yes, sir.
And it's highlighted, right?
It is.
The question asks Pemberton to identify all electronic devices capable of recording collision, operation, or travel-related data. And it goes on, but it mentions a Qualcomm in there and GPS device. Is that right?
Yes, that's in the question, I guess.
Yeah. And then Pemberton they responded 3 times, and I'll look at them in order. The first one, on April 5 of 2017, says the defendant will supplement, right?
Yes.
And then on May 5, the defendant responded again and says, after a diligent search, defendant doesn't have anything, right?
That's what it says.
And then the last supplemental response there on June 6, 2017 says, quote, while the subject truck contained a 2013 Qualcomm Omnitrax MC50 system, gives serial number, no data was pulled within the 7-day retrieval window before it was purged in the ordinary course of business.
That's what it says, yes.
Purged means deleted, recorded over, or gotten rid of, right?
Yeah, it disappears. The unit keeps information for a certain amount of time, and then time passes, and every day something has to be removed so that new information can be recorded.
Well, you don't dispute that Pemberton could have saved that information.
That is, I do not dispute that.